Alright, welcome back. So we have completed the two learning objectives of second chapter of the recording process, in which we learned about accounts debit and credit and their rules and how they are used in business transactions, and we learned about the journal and how it is used in recording process. So in this tutorial we will learn about the third learning objective of second chapter, in which we will learn about how a journal and posting helps us in recording process. So first of all we will learn about the ledger. So the ledger, basically in the ledger the entire groups of accounts maintained by a company is the ledger. The ledger provides the balance in each of accounts as well as it keeps track of changes in these balances. So also it shows the changes in balance at the end, and companies use various kinds of ledgers, but every company has a general ledger. So general ledger contains all assets, liabilities and owners equity accounts. Likewise, here in asset accounts we will mention all types of assets, either they are tangible or intangible. Here, like given the equipments, all equipment accounts are mentioned in this. Land, building, supplies, cash, etc. These all types of accounts are included in general ledger. In liabilities accounts we will include interest payable, salaries payable, account payable and notes payable, etc. And in owners equity accounts included the salaries and wages expenses, service revenue, owners drawing and owners capital, etc. So the general ledger includes these all types of accounts, and companies arrange the ledger in a sequence in which they present the accounts in a financial statements, beginning with the balance sheet accounts, and first in order the assets are followed by the liability accounts and owners capital, owners drawing, revenue and expenses. So each account is determined for easier identification. The ledger provides the balance in each of the accounts. For example, the cash account shows the amount of cash available to meet the current liabilities or current obligations, and the account receivable account shows the amount due from customers, and accounts payable shows the account owed to the creditors, the amount which we have received as a credit from creditors. So these all types of accounts are included in general ledger. This is the demonstration, illustration and standard format for general ledger and standard form of accounts. So this is also called as 3-column form of accounts, in which we will provide the 3 columns. We will discuss these at the end of this slide. So first of all, in format of the general ledger we will provide here title of the account, like here given the cash, and we will provide the reference number of the general journal, and here we will provide same like the general, we will provide the date column, and we will provide here explanation of the transactions for easily identification, and we will provide the reference of each transaction, and this is the debit and credit column. If the assets, like if the assets increases they will be recorded on debit side, and if the assets decreases it is recorded on credit side. We have learned these rules in previous learning objective, and at the end we will provide the balance of the accounts. Let's take a closer look on these columns. So this format is called as the 3-column form of accounts. How it is called as 3-column of accounts? It has 3: money column, in which we will mention the money, and debit and credit column, and balance column. So the balance in the account is determined after each transaction. So after each transaction we will provide the balance. So let's demonstration how we determine the after each transaction. Like on 2017 June 1st transaction of cash. So here we will provide the explanation. If we have already mentioned in general journal, so there is no need to mention the explanation of the transaction. So let's proceed further. Now in this first June transaction, the cash is increased. If the cash increases, it is recorded on debit side. We have recorded the 25,000 on debit side. So at the end the balance will be 25,000. Now when we will record an entry, or when our cash decreases, it is recorded on credit side. So on 2nd June we have made a transaction in which the cash is decreases by 8,000. So we will record on credit side 8,000. When we will record on credit side, we will minus the credit amount from the debit amount. When we will minus the 8,000 from 25,000, it will become as 17,000. Now you can easily understand that the balance in the account is determined after each transaction. Let's understand more about these transactions. On 3rd June we have debited the amount of 4,200. So if the amount is debited, then we will plus with the balance. So we will plus the amount, debited amount, with the balance of last entry, which was 17,000. So we will add the 4,200 with 17,000. So it will become $21,200. Likewise, these transactions are done. At the end we got the balance, which is 9,450. Now you can easily understand the balance, how the balance is determined after each transaction. So let's proceed further. Companies use the explanation space and reference columns. Companies use the explanation space and reference column to provide the special information about transaction. For the identification of transactions, we will provide the explanation so that we can easily identify the transactions. That's why we will provide the explanation column. So this was the demonstration illustration of standard form of general ledger. Let's proceed further. As we learned in previous learning objective of general journal, in which we learned that when we are entering the entries in general, so it is known as generalizing. Now when we are transferring the entries from journal to general ledger, the process which is used to transfer, what is it called? So it is called the posting. When we are transferring the entry from journal to general ledger, it is known as posting. Transferring general entries to the general ledger accounts is called as posting. This phase of the recording process accumulates together the effects of generalized transactions into the individual accounts, and posting involves the following steps. So posting involves 4 steps in transferring the entry. So in the first, in the ledger, in the appropriate columns of the account or accounts, if the account is debited, we will enter first of all the date of that transaction and journal page on which the the original entry is recorded. So we will provide the journal page, and at the end we will provide the debit amount, which is shown in general. In second, in the in the reference column of the journal we write the account number to which the debit amount was posted. So we have covered the two steps of posting. Now in third, it is same like the first. So there are two effects of each transaction. That's why these are related two steps, and when the balance is debited, if the transaction is credited, then these two steps are accumulated. So in the ledger, in the appropriate columns of the accounts, if they are credited, we will similarly enter the date and journal page and the credit amount shown in the journal. We will provide these information in the reference column similarly as we done in first two steps of the column of the journal, and write the account number to which the credit amount was posted. So let's demonstrate the illustration of 2.17 which shows these four steps using the SoftBytes, the company which we are discussed in first and second chapter, which we are learning now. First journal entry, the boxed numbers indicates the sequence of the steps. So the boxed number you will see in coming slides. This is the demonstration of general ledger and posting, in which we will transfer the general entries to the general ledger accounts. This is the general journal entry. We have taken the first entry of the SoftBytes on 2017 September 1st. It has opened a business in which it invested the cash. We have determined that in first step we will provide the date of the transaction as we learned in steps. So first of all we will provide date and then we will mention the cash. So we have provided the cash, and this is the reference number, and if the cash increases it is recorded on debit side, so we will record it on debit side. And if the owner is investing in a company, so we have learned that each transaction has the effects on two or more than two accounts. So if it is investing in a company, so it is increased in owner's capital. So if the owner's capital increases, as we learn, it is recorded on credit side. So we have did this entry in general. So this is the explanation of transaction in which we honors investment of cash in business. So this is the explanation of transaction. First step, we will provide the date of that entry. We will provide the first of all the date, and then in second step, this is the second step in which we will provide the reference number. Here we will mention the reference number in second step. So we have completed the two steps. Here if you have mentioned here the explanation of transaction, then here need not to mention. So here we will in reference we will provide the journal number, so it is journal 1. If the cash increases, it is recorded on debit side. That's why we will mention here 15,000. So at the end balance will be 15,000 because there are no any credit amount in cash yet. In third step, here we will open the second account, which is owner's capital. So here we will similarly first of all provide the date of transaction, and in second step we will provide the reference number and general page number, and if the owner's capital increases in third step we will learn it will be recorded on credit side. So at the end it will be 15,000 in balance because there are no amount in debit. That's why we will only record the 15,000 in balance. So the fourth step is we will provide here the number of reference number of the transaction. So these are key points provided to you guys, you can, so that you can make your concepts more clear. In first posting we will did like this. We will provided the date, journal page, and the number and the amount of that transaction. Enter the account number. We will provide it as in a general reference column, and similarly these two steps we did. So hope you guys has understand about the posting from general journal to general ledger. In coming slide there are the tasks that we have to perform, and hope after this learning objective you will be able to do the posting of entries from general to general ledger. This is the question involved in our learning, that how much we have understand in previously. So what is the posting? As we recently learned, you will say that the transfer of general entries to the general accounts is the posting. So as we learned, and it is the right answer of this question is D. Are you sure? Let's see which answer is correct. Are we correct or not? Oh, very nice, we are correct. So the posting is the transfer of general entries to the general account. So we have learned the general ledger and posting. Now we will learn about the charts of accounts, in which we will learn about that each company has its own accounts. Some companies are small and some companies are giant corporations. That's why each company differ accounts from other company. So let's learn how this happens. The number and types of accounts differ for each company. The number of accounts depends on the amount of detail management desired. So it depends upon the company's management, how they are designing the accounts chart. For example, the management of one company may want a single account for all types of utility expenses, and other may keep the separate expenses account for each types of utility expenses such as gas, electricity and water. So it is depend on company's management that how they are making the accounts chart. Some companies use the utility expenses as one account, and some companies use the separately for each utility bill like gas, electricity bill and water bill. Similarly, a small company like SoftBite, as the example we are taking in since last chapter, will have a fewer accounts because it is a small than a corporate giant like Dell. So in Dell, because this is the globally working, it has thousands of accounts, and SoftBite may be able to manage and report its activities in 20 to 30 accounts because it is a small company or small business, while Dell may require thousands of accounts to keep track of its worldwide activities because it is a giant corporation. So most companies have a chart of accounts. This chart lists the accounts and account numbers that we can easily identify the account through their numbers and their location in a general ledger. It will create ease for the accountant that where the entry is made. That's why we will provide the account numbers. The numbering system that identifies the accounts usually starts with the balance sheet accounts as we learned and follows the income statement accounts. So this is the chart, account chart. As an example, we have taken from the Pioneer Advertising Company. So first of all, we will provided here the asset accounts, which includes 101 account is cash. These are the numbers of accounts that are provided company. So accounts receivable, supplies, prepaid, insurance in chapters. So don't be confused about accounts. So these are you will learn in coming chapters. So here you just learned about the account charts. So in liabilities account, we will provide the notes payable, accounts payable, unearned revenues. So unearned revenue is that we have received the revenue but we haven't performed the services. And we will provide salaries and wages payable, interest payable, etc. Similarly, this is the owner's equity account, in which we have mentioned different types of accounts and revenue. Either it will be service revenue or physical. If the company is providing services, it called as service revenue. If the company is providing physical goods, then it is called only revenue. Expenses, in which we will provide different types of expenses like utility, interest, rent, salaries, insurance, etc. You may have noticed or not that there are gaps in the numbering system of the chart of accounts of Pioneer companies. So companies leave gaps to permit the insertion of new accounts if there is needed in company the new account, so that they can easily insert or add new account as needed during the life of company. That's why we will provide here the gaps in accounts, so that we can easily insert the accounts if needed anytime. So the recording process illustration. In this illustration, we will record the complete journal entries. We will record the 1 month journal entries in general ledger. So you will enjoy this and make your concepts more clear. So these steps are followed. In first step, we will see that determine that what types of accounts are involved. So first of all, we will analyze this or determine. So this is the transaction. First, on October, CR Baird invests 10,000 in cash in an advertising company called as Pioneer Advertising. So this is the transaction. Here we will determine that what type of account is it involved. So this is the basic analysis in which we will determine. The asset cash increases by 10,000 owner's equity. So this is the determination, and specifying the owner's capital increases 10,000. So this transaction impacts two accounts. One is cash, it is increased, and also it increased in owner's capital. So first we will determine the basic analysis of this transaction. In second step, we will determine what items increased or decreased and by how much. So in second step, we will see that how much increased or decreased, and in third step we translate the increase and decrease into a debit or credits. So in equation analysis, we will add the cash is assets, that's why it increased by 10,000. So we will add in cash account 10,000, and it also impacts on owner's equity. So we will add also in 10,000 in owner's capital, as we learned in first chapter of the accounting equation. In third step, we will analyze the debit and credit. Debits increased assets, debit cash 10,000 and credit increases owner's equity, credit owner's capital 10,000. So these are increased in both accounts of 10,000. So we will record in general as we learned. First of all, we will provide here the date of that transaction, which is 1st October, and if the cash increases, we will provide here account name, which is cash, which is increased. This is the account number, and if the cash increases, it is recorded on debit side, as we learned in debit and credit rules. Here is the second effect of this transaction. Owner's capital increased. This is the account number, and this is if the owner's capital increased, it is recorded on credit side. That's why we have recorded on credit side. Now we will post this entry in general ledger. So similarly, in posting a step, we will provide first of all each title of the account. The first is cash, so here we will provide the account number, and if the cash increases, we will record on debit side, so we will provide the date and we will record on debit side. So this is the first posting entry of cash. And in second account posting of accounts owner's capital, this is the account number and this is the date of the posting, which is first, and if the increases capital, we will record on credit side. So we have posted the first entry. In first transaction of this illustration, we did the transaction analysis. We will performed in accounting equation, and we will then analyze the either it will be debited or credited, and we entered the transaction in general journal, and at the end we will post in general ledger. So hope you have understand at this point. Let's solve the second transaction similarly. So this is the second transaction, in which on September 1st, on the same date, Pioneer purchases office equipment costing of 5,000 by single 3 months, 12% notes payable. So it has purchased the equipment on 3 months, credit by 12%. So basic analysis of this transaction is the asset equipment increased by 5,000, on liability notes payable increased 5,000. So this was done the basic analysis, and we will perform in equation analysis. We will plus the equipment on asset side, which is 5,000, and on credit, so we will also liable to pay the liabilities, so also we will add in notes payable account 5,000. We have done in equation analysis. Now debit and credit analysis, that either which account is debited or which account will be credited. So debit increases assets, debit equipment 5,000 we will debit, and in credit side increases the liabilities, so credit notes payable 5,000. So in general journal, we will record first of all the date, and then we will debit the assets. This is the account number, and we will add the 5,000 in debit side, and notes payable account we will credit as 5,000. So this is the explanation of transaction. Issued 3 month 12% notes for office equipment. So this is the transactions analysis. So now we have, in last step we will post this entry in general ledger. So in posting, here we will give the title of third account. This is the account number, and here we will provide the date, and if the equipment increases, it is recorded on debit side. One thing I want to clear with you, this is the T format for general ledger. This provides ease in recording the transaction rather than standard format, so it is easy than that. So you can make like this. This is the fourth account, notes payable. This is the account number 200, and If the liabilities increase, they will be recorded on credit side. So 5,000 we will record on credit side. So in third transaction on October 2, Pioneer receives a 1,200 cash advance from Knox, a client for advertising services that are expected to be completed by December 1st. So this is the basic analysis of the transaction. The asset cash increased by 1,200 because Pioneer receives the cash in advance. The liability unearned service revenue. We have learned that if we receive the amount in advance and we haven't performed the services, it is our liability. So liability also increases by 1,200 because the services has not been performed yet. That is when the Pioneer receives an advance payment, it could record the unearned revenue. So it is a liability. In order to recognize the obligation that exists, note also that although most liabilities have the word payable, so we have to pay, it means we have to pay. In their title, unearned revenue is considered a liability because the liability is satisfied by providing a product or performing a service. That's why we will record as unearned revenue. So in equation analysis, we will record the cash increases. That's why we will record on asset side, and in liabilities account we will record the unearned service revenue, which is 1,200. This is the debit and credit analysis, that which account will be debited or credited in general journal. So the debit increased assets. If the assets increases, they will be recorded on debit side. We have learned. So we will debit the cash 1,200, and credit increases the credit unearned revenue of 1,000. So here in journal entry, here we will provide the date and cash increased. This is the account number, and we will record on debit side, and unearned revenue we will record on credit side. Similarly, this we will provided the transactions detailed. And now in a posting we will record in cash account, because this these 10,000 we have performed in first account, so we will need not to open in other general ledger. We will record in similar account. So here we will provide the date, and we will add 1,200 because the cash increase. We will open new account of unearned revenue because there is no any account established earlier. So here we will provide the title of account, and this is account number. So if the liabilities increased, we will record on credit side, and this is the entries date. So we did the third transaction. Hope you have cleared more about these processes, and these are the basics of accounting. Kindly learn as much as you can. When you know the basics, then you can proceed further. So these are the basics. In fourth transaction on October 3rd, Pioneer pays office rent for October in cash $900. So the Pioneer is paying the rent. So this is the basic analysis in which the expense account rent expenses increases 900 because the payment pertains only due to the current month. The asset cash decreases. So in this the cash is decreases because we are paying our expenses. So this is the equation analysis. If the assets decreases, we will record here in minus. We will also minus the expenses 900. Now which account will be debited and which account will be credited? So this is the debit and credit analysis. So debits increased expenses. If expenses increase, they are debited. That's why we will debit the rent expenses, which is 900, and credit the assets if they are decreases. That's why we will record on credit side cash 900. So this is the general entry in which we will provide here the debt, and if the rent increases, this is the rent's reference number and this is the debit amount, and on cash decreases, which is 900. So now we will post this entry in general ledger. So in cash account, which is established earlier, this is the account number of cash, and here we have debited the account in previous transactions, and now we will credit the amount 900 because the cash is decreased. That's why we will minus this from debits. If the amount credited, we will minus from the debits. That's why we will record on credit side, and we will open new account titled as rent expenses, and this is the account number, and if the expenses increased, they will recorded on debit side, as we learned in debit and credit rule. So this is the fourth transaction that we did. Fifth transaction, on October 4, Pioneer pays 600 for a 1-year insurance. It has bought the insurance policy that will expire next year on September 30. So this is the basic analysis. The asset prepaid insurance increased by 600 because the payment extends to more than the current month. The asset cash decreases because we have paid the insurance. Payment of the expenses that will benefit more than one accounting period are prepaid expenses or prepayments. When a company makes payment, it debits asset account in order to show the services or benefits will receive in future. That's why it will be debited. So this is second step in equation analysis, in which this we will minus from the cash. There will be effect on asset accounts, dual effect on asset accounts. First, a decrease from the cash account because we are paying the prepaid insurance and we will earn the prepaid insurance. That's why we will plus in assets of 600. So which account will be debited in general journal and which will be credited? So this is the debit and credit analysis. So first of all, we will provide here debits, increased assets. That's why we will add the prepaid insurance in debit account of 600, and credit decreases assets. We will provide the cash credit 600. So this is the general entry. We will provide first of all the debt as we did in last. So prepaid insurance will be recorded on debit side. So this is the account number of the prepaid insurance, and this is the cash decreases 600. That's why it will be recorded on credit side. So this is the posting process of this, in which we will provide the dates of transaction. So this is the 4th October transaction in which cash decreases by 600. So we will record on credit side, and we will open the new account which titled as prepaid insurance because there is no account opened in advance. So this is the account number, and we will, if the prepaid insurance increases, it is recorded on debit side as we did in debit and credit analysis. So here we will provide on debit side 600. The 6th transaction, on October 5th, Pioneer purchases an estimated 3 months supply for his of advertising material on account Aero Supply for $2,500. So this is the basic analysis. The asset supplies increases by 2,500 and the liability accounts payable increase to 2,500 because we have purchased supplies on credit. So in equation analysis, assets increases by supplies, so we will plus the 2500 and we will minus the accounts payable lab, and we will also plus in accounts payable because we have purchased on credit side and liabilities has increased, that's why we will plus. And this is the debit and credit analysis. So in the debit and credit analysis, the debit supplies, we will supply if the debit increased assets, so supplies on debit side, and credit increased liabilities, so we will credit accounts payable 2500. so this is the general entry. We will provide the debt and supplies similarly record on debit side and accounts payable on credit side. So this is the explanation, and we will post this entry similarly as we did in last. So we will open new account titled as supplies. This is the account number, and if the supplies increases, they will be recorded on debit side. And we will also open the new account, accounts payable. So this is the account number, and if the liabilities increase, they will be recorded on credit side. So we will provide debt and we will add in credit side 2500. So this is the event involved in this. On October 9, Pioneer hires 4 employees to begin work on October 15, which will start the work on 15. Each employee is to receive a weekly salary of $500 for a 5-day work week, payable every 2 weeks for the payment made on October. So this is the basic analysis of this transaction. A business transaction has not occurred. The business transaction will not occur because it cannot be quantified the hiring process in terms of money. We have learned in earlier chapter of transaction analysis. So there is only an agreement between the employers and employees to enter into a business transactions begin on October 15. Thus a debit and credit analysis is not needed here because there is no accounting entry. See the transaction of October 61st entry. October 20, C.R. Baird withdraws 5,000 cash for his personal use. So this is the transaction, and this is the basic analysis of the transaction. So the owner equity account owner's drawing increases. The owner has taken the $500 for his personal use, so the owner's drawing account is increased. The cash account is decreased because it has taken the amount for his personal use. So in equation analysis, we will decrease assets by of particular cash account 500, and we will minus from the owner's drawing 500. So in debit and credit analysis, debit increases drawings, so debit owner's drawings 500, and credit decreases assets, so we will credit the cash 500. So in general entry, we will provide debt and owner's drawing. We will provide enter on debit side, so 500 are debited, and this is the reference number. Now in coming slides I cannot repeat this term of references. You have learned about this, so I fastly proceed further. So if the cash decreases, we will record on credit side. And now the last step, posting. So here we will minus, we will record on credit side 500, and we will minus from this amount. So we will open a new account titled as owner's drawing, and this is the reference number on October 20 date, and we will add, if the drawing increases, they are recorded on debit side, so we will add 500 on debit side. On October 26, Pioneer offers employees salaries $4,000 and pays them a cash of 9th event that we have seen. So When we will provide them the salaries and the real transactions exist, then we will enter in accounting transactions. So this is the basic analysis. The expense account, salaries and wages expense increases, the cash decreases by 4,000. So in a equation analysis, assets decreases by 4,000 and implies salaries decreases, expenses decreases by 4,000. So debit and credit analysis, debit increases expenses. If the expenses increases, they will be debited, as we will salaries and wages debit. And credit decreases assets. If asset decreases, we will record on credit side the cash 4,000. So this is the general entry. Here we will provide debt and salaries increases, they are recorded on debit side 4,000 and cash decreases by 4,000 recorded on credit side. In posting step, here we will mention on credit side 4,000 because the cash is decreases and minus from the debit amount, and salaries and wages expenses. We will open a new account titled as salaries and wages expense, and we will add on debit side and provide debt and then enter on debit side 4,000. On October 31st, Pioneer receives 10,000 in cash from the Copa company for the advertising services performed in October. So basic analysis, asset cash increases by 10,000, the revenue account service also increases 10,000. So in equation we will add the asset 10,000 in increase in cash and also increase in owner's equity by 10,000 of service revenue. In debit and credit analysis, debit increase the asset cash account debited and credit increases the revenue, the credit service revenue by 10,000. So in general entries we will provide debt, cash increases by 10,000, we will debited, and service revenue we will if increases recorded on credit side. So in posting process we will add the 10,000 on credit side of cash account and we will open new account titled as service revenue. This is the accounts reference, and credit the service revenue by 10,000 because we have learned service revenue or any other revenue increases, it is recorded on credit sides, that's why it will be credited. This is the summary for generalizing and posting entries. So this is the general standard format as we learned. So these are the all transactions that did in previous step by step. So this is the second part of that page. This is the summary of general ledger accounts that we did previously. So this is the cash account, accounts payable, these are the all those accounts which we did in previous illustration 2.30. So we did this learning objective. This was very lengthy because these were the basic terms or illustrations. Now this is the action plan included in this posting. So you are advised to do the related exercises. These are the numbers given to you guys. So in this do it activity in action plan, we recall that the posting involves the transferring of generalized debits and credit effects on accounts and ledgers. So this is the first thing that we will do, and determine the ending balance by the netting the total debits and credit. So Katie Brownie recorded the following transactions in general ledger during the month of March. So these are the transactions. On 4th March cash increased, so it is recorded on debit side, and service revenue also increased, it is recorded on credit side. And on 15th March salaries and wages expenses, if the expenses increases, they are recorded on debit side. So the salaries and wages expenses are 400s and cash decreases, that's why we will record on credit side as we learned, and utility expenses increases by 92 and cash decreases by 92. So post these entries to the cash of the general ledger to determine the ending balance. The beginning balance of the cash on March 1st was 600. So it was the beginning balance of the previous month. That's why we will only, this will be recorded as beginning balance of 600, and this cash increases we will record on debit side, which is 2280, and we will record the 4000 on credit side and 22 for credit side, because they are two transactions that are credited. And when we will minus these these credited amount from the debited amount, it at the end this is the ending balance to 2380. So this was ending balance of this transaction. So this was all about the third learning objective. Hope you guys has understand, and if you haven't subscribed the channel, kindly do subscribe and click on the bell icon for getting coming uploads. So let's meet in last learning objective of second chapter. Stay connected. Thank you.